I'm very much concerned about what is happening there. This is extremely brutal, the way President Assad and his people are killing their own people. They're using the army against unarmed civilians. We have seen pictures of a boy being tortured and killed by the troops, obviously. We have seen really brutal and awful killings that have happened, and I can only call on President Assad to stop this immediately and to respect the dignity and the life of his people. Journalists cannot move freely in the country. People from our embassy cannot move around the country. We had to stop most of our contacts with opposition people in Syria because it is too dangerous for people from the opposition to talk to our embassy at the moment. We are using the same kind of sources of information as everybody does, like YouTube videos, like texts in different blogs and so on. And of course we're talking to people, for example, that fled the country, or opposition groups that are outside the country and still have channels to Syria.
Are being arrested, tortured, followed, and a lot of stories. I don't know any family in Syria that have an activist and don't have a similar or so story.
We need human rights, we need democracy in Syria, we need to choose who represent us, we need a new way of dealing with things. We don't want any activists to arrest anymore, we don't want people to fear from speaking up and saying that's what we want. And a lot of people in Syria were afraid to talk about their rights because they feel if I talk, then I will be arrested.
Try to be like optimistic, and the presentation will be like easy and full of hope and smile, because I think that in Syria we should catch our smile, because it would be a long story, but we will win eventually.
Sometimes the stupidity of some actions make you okay. We are not. It's 2011. The problem now is that we are the youth of 2011, and there's a lot of people who is dealing with us like we are in the 80s. And the problem now, when you try to, imagine that I'm wearing the 80s clothes and making my hair the 80s way. You look at me and you will laugh. That's what's going on with activists in Syria. We will laugh because it's really stupid if you consider that I would believe it.
تحدث لي من قطاع غزة وقال لي أنا أتابع مدونتك وأريد أن أنشر هذا الخبر ليصل إلى جميع العالم.
I always say one arrested person is a story for a blogger, but for the media it should be 60,000 arrested bloggers to become a story. No, for what we learned from Tunis, Syria, and Egypt, it's a story of one person that could release a revolution. Please don't ignore the small stories. One breaking through the human rights, it means a lot of breaking out going on and no one is talking.